Good morning, afternoon, evening, gamers. So, I after having made the Gothic 1 video, yes, I'm in the same top. It's just after that video. If you've just come from that video, I wanted to do the Dune Awakening character creator and bench mod. I'm optim optimistic for this game. I, as many of you know, I like Conan Exiles, and I'm playing a similar game at the moment, um, called Soul Mask, which is kind of similar, and certainly in that genre of a survival RPG-ish kind of sandbox type game. And I think this is going to be reasonably the same. Um, I think there could be a lot of fun to be had for it. So yeah, so we're gonna play it and get to the character creator. I've already done a character, and I've already ran the benchmark. Although I'm gonna do it again because after making that Gothic video and having such low, like I had to play I was able to play the game in the end on medium, but it kind of shook me a little bit. So anyway, let's get into it. Warning: risk of seizure. That's good for people who may have that. I don't have it yet, but there's always that chance.
The only peace I find is a future that never happened.
I thought we'd watch the video.
One where I, Paul Atreides, was never born. I created the future until it created me. But I see a narrow way, a path that might have been. What if my mother had obeyed her orders and given birth to a girl? Everything would change. Dr. Yue exposed before his betrayal. A world where my father lives. House Atreides surviving the Battle of Arrakeen. Sardaukar deployed to protect the spice melange. A war of assassins spreading across the planet. Fremen exterminated. No Muad'Dib. No Lisan al-Gaib. No Kwisatz Haderach. All of my visions lead to horror. Except for this one. This one leads to you.
So there we go. Looks interesting, right? I'll be honest. I mean, I watched the Dune film. I think they made a modern one recently, didn't they? I haven't seen that, but I probably should. We've got a couple of months before this comes out, so I should maybe try and track that down. I also read the books, but a long time ago, like a long time ago, because I'm old, or getting older. So yeah, so I don't really remember a lot of the story or what it was about. I remember, like the big snakes and like lots of sand and desert, mostly a desert world, and beyond that, I don't really remember a lot. I'll be honest with you. Press any button. So this was the character I made, but we we can remake her, or I might make something else. But first, because that Gothic game kind of, I don't know, kind of shook me a little bit. I'm just going to run the benchmark. I know that my computer can play the game, and I think maybe Gothic just, like, yeah, it hasn't been optimized yet. But I don't know. We'll just run it anyway, because it's quite nice and shows you bits and pieces in the game. So it looks like some base building. I do love base building. Me and Swift at the moment are playing Two Dwarves, One Cup. Lord of the Rings, Return to Moria, which is in a similar vein. It's, you know, survival, RPG-ish, kind of sandbox type game. It's okay. Also, as well, I am streaming, so that will make a difference. So this is taking quite a while. Definitely some dips. Big boy. Okay, so not too bad. Definitely some dips in places, but I mean, for a 3070 and an 11th gen 11700K, not too bad. Autos, auto highs, off, some performance, and that is, of course, if I can bring up, so this was. So this is basically without, you know, not streaming. So I could play, you know, with some ultras, as well. But again, so 170. Oh no. So 170, 141, 170, 147. So, you know, definitely down a bit, but certainly playable. So I'm kind of relieved. 142, yeah, 107, yeah, definitely down, because obviously, you know, streaming software does take its, you know, does have an impact on your system, but still doing reasonably well. I mean, 80 in the 50. I mean, 57 is definitely not good below 60. But I don't know if I will even stream any of the game when it comes out. I mean, I might not. I'm lazy, so it really does depend. But generally speaking, not too bad. I'm pretty happy with my 3070, even though it is an aging card. But yeah. So that's that. Oh yeah, and you get a in-game. So you get an in-game. I think it's a skin for your knife at launch. So that's nice. So press any key. So let's do the character creator. It's pretty good. I do feel like these creators, go from
Approach,
strength
prisoner.
to strength. And this is pretty good as well.
Show yourself, child.
Reminds me of nuns. Of a nun. I've never actually been. I'm not a huge fan of nuns. I probably should have. Can we? Ah, yes. Settings, audio. Because again, the music just likes to be very, very loud. 50. Might even turn this down a bit. Yeah. So we go back to the character creator. But yeah, nuns. Yeah, no. I will cross the streets to avoid them. And to be fair, not all nuns are bad. That's not what I'm saying. But some of them, for being sisters or daughters of God, they are quite unpleasant people. Some. We had one in junior school. And she was extremely unpleasant. Just not a nice person at all. Yeah. So now I generally tend to go with female characters, and the reasons are pretty straightforward. Some people can't wrap their heads around it, and it's like, why are you playing as a girl? Are you gay? Are you, do you want to be a woman? It's like. It's really not that deep. If I'm playing a game that has romance in it, I will play as a guy, obviously, because my preference is females. But if I'm playing a game that doesn't have any romance in it, I will generally play as a female because they're pretty. They tend to have nicer clothes. Just more choices, hair and there's like makeup and stuff. I suppose it is kind of like playing with a Barbie, I guess. So, make of that what you will. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm pretty comfortable in who I am. But yeah, that's it really. I don't know about the smaller hitbox thing. Some people say that's a thing. Maybe, I don't know. But I also think if you're playing a game and it's third person, obviously looking at the butt of your female character, yeah, I would prefer that to looking at the back of a guy. And again, that's not that's not shaming anybody at all. Like your preferences are your preferences. It's your life, not mine. you live your life how you want to. But yeah, that it's really not that deep. They're just pretty, and you can dress them up. And so normally I do go with the girls. Also, I do have a strong attraction to Asian girls. I think there's something just incredibly attractive about Asian women, or Asian people in general, I guess. Obviously more so women. So I'm picking what I, kind of seems like the Asian female. So this is what we're gonna go as with our templates. I'm gonna go to 7. I think I like a tallish girl, but I don't know about too tall. Arm thickness, I mean, seems kind of fine, honestly. So yeah, leg. So let's toggle attire, so we can actually see the thighs. Now, I don't think it will be like in Conan, where you have nudity. Nudity is such a hot topic in games. Like, some people love it, and then there's all the other people that don't like it, and it's like, I just often think that it should just be a toggle. If you like it, you can toggle it on. If you don't, you can toggle it off. I prefer censorship of oneself, so you are able to censor yourself. So if I don't want to see something, there are ways for me to just not see it. Steam is a very good example of that. My Steam will look very different to some of yours. I allow adult content, and I buy a lot of the what are they called? Like video novels. That's not what they're called, but and I buy a lot of them because I'm okay with that. But if you're not, there are toggles so that you don't see any of that, and I think they are off by default. You have to kind of opt in, if you like, and I think that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine. So yeah, I think her proportions look fine. Her chest, we could go up a bit. I'm not into. Trouble is, it's always, I don't know why, but it's always different. It always seems different on video game characters, where you up their chest, but it doesn't look like it's changed that much. So I think we'll go for 7 as well. I'm not into huge boobs, although all boobs are good, obviously. But yeah, I don't like them huge. Freckles, no. Right, so the voices. So there is, as far as I remember, there is 2 or maybe 3 males and 3 females, I think. Yeah, so this is the females. Really doesn't give you much of a, really don't get much from that. I would like, for you to be able to have more sounds. So I guess I'll go with 6. So that's fine. Now the face. Okay, so she looks kind of worried. Okay. I'll be honest, I can't always tell whether the face has changed sometimes. This one's got a very strong bone structure, which is very, very attractive. I don't know. I don't know if this is normal, but are any of you attracted by just really really fine like bone structure, like facial bone structure? This is probably weird, right? But there's probably not just me. Yeah, I do kind of like that. Okay, we'll go with that. So age, you can make it quite old, and somewhere in the middle. You can. Lots of freedom and lots of choice. So I expect there will be lots of just wonderful, looking characters. So the only thing I would change, I like her chin. I like the bone structures, very nice. I think the only thing I would change really. So eye color, I do like girls with green eyes. I just think green eyes are very attractive, and on Asian girls, very nice. Although brown eyes are very nice as well. I think it's more rare on Asian girls, green eyes. I think I'm not entirely sure. I think green eyes overall are more rare. I think I saw something online that, like I did a Google search, and it showed the percentages of people in the world with like with brown eyes, with blue eyes, green, etc. I think green is up there as being one of the rarer ones, I think. No, I wanted to do her... Yes, nose. I feel like her nose is a bit big. And again, that's not against anybody who has a, bigger nose, just, Yeah, so just quite a small. I mean, maybe we could. Yeah, I think 1 is a little too much. I think 2's pretty good. Just a small little nose. Some of these I really don't know. Like, I think they're fine. Actually, I'm not sure if that looks too much, maybe. Yeah, I think that's a little better. Okay, I think that's I think that's pretty good. Mouth details. Okay. I think her mouth looks fine, to be honest. I don't see any real problems with it. Eye details. Yeah, again, I don't know that I want to mess around with any of that. But again, lots and lots of choice, which is nice. I don't even know what Celeria tint is. Oh, that looks quite nice, I think. Yeah. Okay. Right. So hairstyle. Now I don't know why, but I feel like this hairstyle is very has a bit of a stereotype with. I've noticed in games with Asian females in them that a lot tend to have this hairstyle. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. I also saw Anna Briella doing. She did one of these, which gave me the idea. Sorry, Anna, I ripped you off. But I saw that she went with, I think, was it? No, it wasn't that hair. Yeah, this hair, and I have to admit, I do kind of like it. I think it's not. I think it is quite nice. There are some really good looks. I think this one works quite nicely. I think actually. There's other ones as well if you just want to. If I don't. That kind of reminds me of like the 1920s, kind of 1920s, 1930s kind of look. You know, she'd be wearing like a ball gown and off to do the Charleston or something. That's very pretty. Maybe more of a sort of kind of afro sort of style. I mean, afro hair is very pretty. I think these are the male ones, I'm guessing, but hey, you could have these on your character. There we go, some pretty braids. I don't know why. Kind of reminds me of like a snake, you know? I don't know why. Just I saw that and I immediately thought, oh, like a female sort of cobra. It could be me. I could be just cooked. That's very pretty. Very pretty. Afro hair is amazing. I bet it's a lot to take care of, though. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. Just kind of towel sword. I like it. To be fair, I am pretty much making the same character that I made, but, you know. And you got hair colours, you got all the colours. Very extensive, and you can even have, you know, some of the crazier colours. You know, if you wanted a Karen running around, you know, telling the worms, I can't remember what the worms are called, telling them off for getting sand everywhere. I tend to like sort of tapered eyes. It's quite nice. Got some thick old boys. Oh, they're not that thick actually. I mean, they are thicker, but yeah, just some nice slim eyebrows. And there's, of course, there's all the eye colours as well. It's really nice. Lots of eyebrow colour. Sorry. Eyebrow details? Eyebrow details? What do you mean? Oh, okay. Beard styles? You could, you could have a beard if you want to, you know? Hey, it's your character. Have it however you want. That's... I mean, that's a very different character. But I'll leave it off for mine. I'm just boring that way, I guess. Now the arm tattoos, the facial tattoo, I like this one. It's really, really cool. You can't see it because of her hair. I think it's called Assassin Mark, and it's kind of like I don't know, tiger kind of sort of this sort of look going all the way up to the top of her spine, I guess. But I thought that was pretty cool. So I kind of like that. And then I really like this. And sometimes it does that. Sometimes it goes like a bit fuzzy. And the other thing you can do as well is you can age it as well, which is just fascinating to me. Yeah, like tattoo age, so it's 5, so you can go so that it's like it's just been done, like you've just had it done, or you can have it, you know, maybe a little bit more mature. You can have head scars. Again, I don't really tend to do scars and that much. I tend to like my characters extremely good looking and just, you know, But that's just me. You guys, I'm sure, will make all sorts of wonderful creations. And hopefully you'll share them with us as well. That's very nice. The kind of smoky-eyed kind of look. Kind of goes with the hair, I think. I did like this one. I think it's got a... I think it's just got a fascinating look to it. But I'm kind of torn between this one and just having something a little more sort of normalish, I guess. That one's less intense, I think. Oh wow, that's a strong look. I kind of like that. It's kind of nice. The eyeshadow color. Anna Briella was saying something about this, that different shades go with different eyes, but I've already forgotten what she said. But she was definitely saying that there are certain colours that go really well with certain eye colours. And unfortunately, I can't for the life of me remember. I mean, that is a very strong look. Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't... Obviously, I don't wear makeup, so... that you know of. I don't. But, I mean, green with green, I feel like, would just be far too much. Kind of like that. Yep, I think we'll just go with that. The problem is there are so many options that, and there's space here. Maybe they'll add even more, but sometimes there's so much choice that it just ends up taking even longer to, you know, to get things done. Eyeliner color. What's eyeliner? I thought this was... Huh? Oh, I see. Right. Okay, no, that would be black, surely. Lipstick stuff. I don't like this thing. I don't know what it is. I just... Again... I'm a bit basic that way. Just some normal lips. They look pretty good to me. Again, I don't really remember from the books kind of what that's about. Maybe houses or castes. I think there was something to do with castes in the books. I think I don't know. I might be making that up. That kind of looks like her mouth's been sewn shut or something. It's interesting. But again, I'm kind of basic. Oh wow, that's I think I'm slowly turning her into a goth girl, I think. Yeah, no, yeah, that'll do, I think. Lipstick colour? I kind of like that. I think that looks nice. I can't actually tell the difference between these. Is that actually doing anything? Okay, we'll just go with that. Yeah, it's at 9. Okay. Yeah, and that's, you know, that's a character creator. And then if we put her like little outfit back on, yeah, I think the materials look really, really good. Also, that there wasn't. I don't think there's a butt slider. I feel like could have a little bit more booty, I think, but I don't believe that there is. There's chest size, but there's leg thickness. Maybe we'll get, maybe we'll get a bit more from that. But yeah, I think the fabrics, I do find that fabrics in games just get better and better as technology goes on. Yeah. So this is our girl that we will be running around with when the game comes out in a couple of months. I think it's going to be £50, which I think is reasonable. I generally, games going over £50, it's kind of like, it's got to be a really strong game, something that I'm really confident in wanting to play. Having said that, I paid £90 for Starfield, and well, look how that turned out. But yeah, so that's the video. If you're hyped for this game, let me know. Hopefully, I'm optimistic. I mean, a lot of people I think may be dubious, and I am as well to a point, with Conan being pretty buggy. And let's be honest, I don't think you should ever expect a game with no bugs. Like, I just don't think that that's possible. But there are bugs, and a lot of people talk about like Bethesda games as being buggy. Some of their bugs were quirky and kind of funny. Not all, but yeah, there were quite some funny and quirky bugs, and I don't think people mind those as much. But obviously, seriously, like bad bugs, like crashing, uninstalling your computer's operating system. I heard that happened with consoles with Cyberpunk. It was bricking people's consoles. Some people. So yeah, I think people's tolerance for bugs is, like, if it's funny or charming and it doesn't really hurt the game that much, I think people are not that bothered about. But obviously, Conan had some pretty significant technical debt, as they called it. I've actually taken a bit of a break on Conan, as they're not doing any more updates or putting out any new shiny stuff. They're actually working on just trying to get the technical debt, as they call it, down, and try and sort out, a lot of the bugs and problems. Some of the bugs became particularly evident when they brought out the Age of Heroes update, which gave you a couple of companions, Freya and I forget the dude, the sorcerer dude, and like you do quests to get them. The quests were quite long as well, like there was a lot of time gating with them. So with Freya, it was 8 hours, and I think there were eight sections. So you would go to her, and you would do something with her, and then she would have to go off by herself and do some things, and you would have to wait 8 real hours, and then she would turn up at your base. And then you would do another section of her story quest, and so on and so on. Apparently, the guy Lu Feng, I think, he only had 3 sections in his quest. I didn't mind it that much, but if you're trying to farm multiples of Freya, the first time you're going to be like, okay, this isn't too bad. But then, like, you know, you're getting a second and a third and a fourth. Yeah, after a while, you're going to be like, okay, this is not quite so fun. And there were a lot of bugs with the living settlements that apparently for a lot of people was quite bad. Mine wasn't too bad. I did have my barkeeps disappear. So I had to go out and get new ones, and for quite a long time I couldn't even find any. Often or not, the cages would be empty. But I found some after a while, and I built the castle. I definitely made a video on that you can check out, because as you know, well, if you've been watching me for a while, I do enjoy castles. So I made a castle. But there were a lot of problems. So yeah, that's the character creation. And you can also download it for free off of Steam, and obviously you can find out if your system will run it. Hopefully for you guys. I'm thinking that they will try to optimize the game as much as possible, so that the broadest amount of people can play the game, because it's not really in their best interest, for them not to, because the more people that they have available to be able to play the game, the better it's going to be for them. So download it. Share with us your wonderful creations. I expect a lot of yours won't be maybe as boring as mine, but I'm very happy with her. I'm going to take her across the dunes and kick butt, or probably get my butt kicked. So yeah, that's a video. I hope you liked it, and I will see you. Oh, actually,
Have
wait
they
a minute.
told you what I am?
There is a little bit more.
Then I will sift your words for lies. Let's begin.
Creepy nun. It's creepy nun. I think I got PTSD.
Where were you born?
So you can pick where you came from. Again, I don't really remember the books that well, or even the older movie. So Pain box questions: a heavily industrialized volcanic world, the baronial seat of House Harkonnen is controlled by a network of dense urban enclaves. Okay. Chuzuk, a rich and verdant agri world of rolling hills and river-fed valleys. The music planet is a center of culture and civility in the Imperium, so cultured and musicians pose. Caladan, a temperate but storm-racked oceanic world. The ancestral home of House is known for its relaxed... wow, there's some words in this. Lifestyle and famous vineyards. Katane, a green and pleasant world with satellite-controlled weather. The fates of many are decided within the ornate halls of the Imperial planet. Political, elegant bow. And Lix, a forbidding ice world of mountains, tundra, and forest. The Ixians conceal their vast technological empire within sprawling underground cities. Sounds pretty good. I think I went for either Caladan or Chuzuk. I think this one.
A music world. A grand center of the arts.
I feel like that's where she would come from.
The order of the Imperium is rooted in the Farfaluches. A place for every man, and every man in his place. Where is your place?
So we've got bondsman, the educated caste that serves the great houses and administers imperial bureaucracy. Bondsmen are known casually as a citizen class. Na Familia, I think this was the one I went for. A caste reserved for essential members of a noble household or retinue. Na Familia are afforded certain privileges and protections by their status. I think I went for nobility. She looks, more of nobility. And Pion, the vast peasant labour force that drives the imperial engine. Pions are bound to the fief in which they live and are considered the property of their lord. So I think I went for
Did
that
you
one.
give bad advice? Or make a bad deal? To be close to power is to walk the knife's edge. You had a mentor in your youth, trained by one of the schools. Who was your mentor?
So I think I went for Swordmaster. There's also Shadowy All-Female Order, which sounds pretty good. And there's also a Trooper. I was torn between Trooper and Swordsman. Yeah. I think
From
I'd
the
still go
failed
for
house of
Swordsman.
Gnaz, I assume. What a waste that whole affair was. The test is almost complete. Have you spoken truth? Come here.
Yep, that sounds like
Kneel.
nuns.
Put your hand in the box. I hold at your neck the Gomjabar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die. Great plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key, and the Fremen are missing. You will go to Arrakis as our agent, prisoner. You have one task. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. Everything depends on this. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. You speak truth. But here is the rest of it. There is only one rule. Keep your hand in the box and live. Withdraw it and die. An animal would gnaw off its own hand to escape the pain. And we can only be served by humans. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. You will know when it is done.
So yeah, some pretty intense stuff. I'm hoping that that's a strong start for the game and that it continues on that strength. I'm definitely hopefully optimistic for it, let's say. So yeah, that's really it, really. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're looking forward to either Dune or there's other games that you're looking forward to. There are so many games coming out, and whilst there is a lot of publicity that, all games coming out are bad. It's not true. There's some absolute gems coming out. And the thing is, everybody's different. What you like, I might not, and vice versa. It very much depends on the individuals. I mean, I think there are games collectively that, we can say were, not great and were failures. Concord is the first one that pops to mind. But there are certainly a lot of games coming out as well that are really good. A lot of indie games as well. I think definitely indie games are having their golden age for sure. But yeah, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're going to play this or other games. Just keep on gaming, I guess, because it's such a wonderful hobby, and these just amazing worlds that are created for us, by artists. It's an incredible genre, I find, and it continues to fascinate me, and I think it will into the years to come. So, yep, I will all let you go, and I shall see you on the next video. Bye for now.